Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilaiti Ambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, Health Ministry receives more than 2,000 complaints. 226 child neglect cases recorded in 2018. An LTA to fine overloaded buses.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spade.
More than 2,000 complaints have been received from hospitals and health centres around the country, with the majority of the reports from CWM Hospital, Lautoka and Lambasa hospitals. The Health Minister is signalling doctors and medical officials to be wary of their attitude when dealing with patients. While acknowledging the negative feedbacks, the Minister reminded 83 medical interns at their induction in Lami today to remain calm and professional when encountering difficult situations in their respective hospitals. Akusita Tale was at the medical interns induction and filed this report.
Negative feedback should not be brushed aside but taken on board as constructive criticisms to mold the Health Ministry and their officials in improving their services.
Poor communication, not making the right diagnosis, and the attitude. And because of that, I'm sorry to say, but there are 2 or 3 doctors that have had to be disciplined in the last year or so.
The Health Minister says the figures show they have a long way to go to prove they're a noble profession.
And we must receive feedback, and many times we must stop just being happy about receiving positive feedbacks, but also be happy when we receive negative feedback, because it is opportunities for us to grow.
More than 80 of these new doctors who graduated in 2017 have completed a year of internship at the 3 major hospitals and are ready for a new beginning, but with a stern reminder.
There will be times when you are confronted with unreasonable, argumentative, or simply unpleasant people or atmosphere. But you must remain calm. You must be cool.
The newbies, including experienced ones, have been reminded to be more proactive, confront a colleague that's behaving inappropriately or practicing unsafely, and treat their patients and their working environment with care and respect. Akusita Tali, FBC News.
A total of 226 cases of child neglect were recorded last year. The Social Welfare Ministry reveals that these cases include lack of parental supervision, failure to provide medical attention to children that needed it, and children not sent to school, to name a few. Sanyani Mboila reports the Ministry's Child Services Department has made relevant referrals for the best interest of the child.
With more than 700 child cases recorded by the Ministry, more than 200 are neglect cases.
The cases of neglect, very simply, is, when children are unsupervised. So there's a lot of unsupervised children, and if we drive down to Lami or other areas, we can see that children are just left on their own. They are just crossing the streets, and this is where accidents can happen.
Getting these children the help they need is priority for the Ministry.
The referral to us, it could be for CNP, okay. It could be for family conference, okay. It could be for child custody, okay, whereby the state has to step in and take custody of the child.
The Ministry is calling on parents to supervise their children to avoid unnecessary accidents from happening. Meanwhile, 4 cases of child neglect have been recorded so far this year. Sanyani Mboila, FBC News.
Fiji Navy officers, through its Rescue Coordination Centre, saved 380 people last year who were adrift at sea. Commander Navy Captain Humphrey Tawake says the rescue efforts were part of its 58 successful missions, costing hundreds of thousands of dollars. Savaira Tambo reports.
Rescuing people out at sea is not an easy task, and for the Fiji Navy, it comes at a cost.
Sometimes, it really stretches our budget as well, because those are unforeseen budgetary activities, but there are provisions that is provided by government that we try and use, not only through the the maritime assets we have, but through the air capability as well that we hire from most of the airline companies that are here.
Captain Tawake has admitted without assistance from police and even village headmen, the operation wouldn't be successful. Meanwhile, Maritime Safety Authority is advising mariners to practice safety at all times.
Ensure that when you travel, you arrive safely at your destination and there is sufficient life-saving appliances on board to ensure you can at least be safe there at sea in the unlikely event.
Captain Tawake says though it is their responsibility to rescue people who are lost at sea, however, one should remember that once life is gone, it cannot be replaced or purchased from somewhere else. Sabaira Tambua, FBC News.
The Land Transport Authority is warning bus drivers and companies that they will be issued traffic infringement notices from today if they are found overloading their buses. Chief Executive Samuel Simpson says e-ticketing inspections will also be carried out at the same time. He says passengers' e-tickets will also be checked to ensure compliance with the regulation. Simpson reiterates overloaded buses threaten road safety and are contributing to many fatal accidents on our roads. He says overloaded buses will not only put the driver at risk, but also passengers and other road users. Still to come, heavy rain continues in the north. And Fiji to host World Hindi Conference. Details after the break.
Bula, nevang gomal kay leloma, ngongai nakas untuk makarong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na seri.
Hoya ubasit sai sa Lambasa, ya untuk talita na warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na seri.
Gua do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na seri.
Wana tunga ng Bula FM, nambang dua na seri namuan.
Na vengo fani na tao no go singa toka, kita untuk talita kana Bula FM, nambang dua na seri.
Bula FM, nambang dua na seri.
A low-pressure system is currently moving over the Fiji group, bringing rain and thunderstorms to some places across the country. According to the Weather Office, isolated rainfalls could cause flooding in low-lying areas. Eleanor Tarangaivu reports this has been the case for Lambasa for 2 days now.
Just a few hours of heavy rainfall is resulting in flooding in most of the low-lying areas around Lambasa. It's been caused by this low-pressure system hovering over the Fiji group.
A trough of low pressure with associated clouds and somewhat affecting the group. The forecast for midnight tonight and tomorrow there will be occasional showers and few thunderstorms over the eastern parts and the interior of larger islands.
While water has receded in most places that were flooded yesterday due to the heavy afternoon downpour, today some roads are still flooded and debris are still stuck in bridges and crossings. According to the Weather Office, Ono level will continue experiencing occasional showers and thunderstorms along with isolated heavy rainfalls.
Isolated heavy falls expected will cause low-lying areas and small streams to be flooded.
Other parts of the country can expect afternoon or evening rain.
For other parts of the group, it's fun weather during the day and you're expecting showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon.
The system is expected to pass the Fiji group by Friday. Eleanor Turangaibiu, FBC News.
Fiji will be hosting World Hindi Conference in 2021. India's Minister of State for Home Affairs says this will further enhance the usage and implementation of Hindi language in the country. Catherine Krishna reports.
Implementation.
Kiren Rijiju, India's Minister of State for Home Affairs, says promotion of Hindi language is important as it will enhance communication between Fiji and India.
We have historical relation with Fiji, and Hindi language and the native Fijian language must be integrated, must be part of their life.
With a lot of interest in the Hindi language, India will do its best to provide assistance.
The communities living in Fiji, they are interested to learn Hindi also because Hindi is a language which is spoken widely, not only in India, but across the world in many countries. And Fiji is a very important country for India because of our historical links.
Meanwhile, President of Ramakrishna Fiji, Swami Tadananda, says he is looking forward to the program.
In future, develop some programs
which is supported by the government of India and which will have a much wider impact, not only in Fiji, using digital technology. With that we can reach around the world. So we have exchanged some ideas on that, and hopefully there will be some nice projects coming out of this to take this further.
The Indian government will also set up a Hindi implementation committee in Suva soon. Swami Vivekananda College in Nandi was one of the first to taste the program today. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
The Ministry of Industry, Trade and Tourism, in partnership with the Australian Institute of Company Directors, are hosting a 3-day workshop for senior executives and aspiring directors. Minister Pramila Kumar says during this workshop, participants will undergo a Fiji Directors course, which is a unique, tailor-made training opportunity for professionals. Kumar says the course will provide in-depth understanding on effective decision-making, legal aspects of directorship, financial literacy and strategy, as well as putting the lessons into practice. She says this course will help more than 20 participants in their career development.
This course is very much needed. Sometimes in life we need to recharge our batteries, we need to refresh on the developments that's taking place in the corporate world, and once we know what's happening there, we are able to apply that as directors so that we can perform better.
Turning overseas, British lawmakers today have overwhelmingly rejected Prime Minister Theresa May's divorce deal with the European Union, plunging the Brexit process into chaos. The 432 to 202 vote in the House of Commons was widely expected, but still devastating for May, whose fragile leadership is now under siege. And still with world news, extremists stormed a luxury hotel in Kenya's capital overnight, setting off thunderous explosions and gunning down people at cafe tables in an attack claimed by Africa's deadliest Islamic militant group. Coming up in sports later with Jamie, Serena Williams makes a winning start in the Australian Tennis Open, but Rachel joins you now with business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the break, 209 new investors entered SPSE. And in growing Fiji, Fulton Hogan works on Dawasamu Road. Stay with us.
Lola, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singapore.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Leading business tonight, 209 new investors entered the South Pacific Stock Exchange last year. Business Development Manager Pritesh Prasad says this is an increase of 42.18% in comparison to 2017. Prasad says majority of the new shareholders were public servants, private sector employees, domestic workers, retirees, students and farmers. He adds trends also show that 48% of new investors recorded were below the age of 35.
Total market return stands at 23%. Now again, that is a very competitive return in comparison to other forms of investments or the domestic alternatives that you see in Fiji's financial market. So that was again a good sign for the investors.
And we now join Sharon from HFC Bank with the latest from the money world.
Forex market today was all about Brexit deal. It did not quite turn out the way the market expected in terms of price action. Prime Minister Theresa May's bill was roundly defeated by lawmakers. Investor focus has therefore been directed towards the scale of the defeat and the potential scenarios which could play out in the aftermath. Theresa May has now to revamp her proposal by the end of March and faces a confidence vote in Parliament later tonight. Meanwhile, the yuan dipped as the People's Bank of China injected a record amount of funds into their banking system. The move aims to sustain liquidity in the world's second largest economy in an effort to support growth. And that's the latest from HFC Bank. Vinaka.
Thanks, Sharon. On to the exchange rates as it was set this morning. The Fiji dollar showed gains against the PNG Kina, the euro, the Japanese yen. However, it slipped slightly against the other currencies we cover. Commodity prices were split. Crude oil prices were up at $52.03 a barrel. Gold was up $3 to close at $1,289 per ounce, and silver closed down at $15.58 an ounce. Anywhere in Fiji tonight, major road maintenance work is underway to repair 10 kilometers of the 32-kilometer Dawasamu Road. Fulton Hogan Highways is currently providing road maintenance in the central, eastern and northern divisions. Dawasamu Road is most important to farmers as it provides the main access to Corovo town. Significant work is now in place to strengthen the road against the impact of heavily loaded vehicles. This includes preparing the road surface, reshaping and forming the road, and replacing the uneven surfaces with compacted gravel. The work includes grading as well as spot metaling, drainage and clearing shoulders on the various damaged sites. And that's a wrap from the business desk for tonight. Jamie joins you now with the very latest in sports.
Thanks, Rachel, and good evening. Up ahead in sports, Sewambu resigns from Naita Siri Rugby for full-time position with FRU. And women's IDC pools drawn. This and more coming up.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Kritika from Jackson Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Fairbrother Trophy champions Naita Siri will miss the services of Koli Sewambu this season. The former head coach has confirmed to FBC Sports that he has resigned from the position due to his new appointment as Fiji Rugby Union's development manager. Meli Tavanga with the details.
The new role comes with a lot of responsibilities, and for Koli Sewambu, he knows he has a lot to offer.
Obviously, with my current role as National Development Manager for Fiji Rugby, I have to make way for a new coach. That means to be appointed. From my end, in terms of involvement, it will be quite minimal and support towards the development of the under-20 program leading up to the World Championship.
As rugby continues to develop in the country, the FRU is ready for another exciting local rugby competitions.
We kick off our domestic competition in April. With the skipper and Vodafone. As you know, the council endorsed a change in the under-20 format last year.
Under Sewambu's guidance, Naita Siri defeated rugby giants Nanronga 26-17 to lift the Fairbrother Trophy last year. Meanwhile, the first local rugby competition, which is the Skipper Cup, kicks off in April. Melitavanga, FBC Sports.
Fiji-born Wallabies winger Sefanai Valu is looking forward to the new Super Rugby season after signing with the Queensland Reds. 8 teams will participate in the Vodafone Women's Football Inter-District Championship next weekend. In Pool A, Ba is grouped with Tailevu Naita Siri, Navo and Nandi, while Pool B consists of Suva, Rewa, Tavo and Lambasa. Vaishnav Prasad has more.
After a lapse of 3 years, the women's IDC will be back in action, and with exciting pools drawn, the players are looking forward to the tournament.
So looking forward to IDC since I don't know how many years now, since the last IDC for women's.
With a total of 8 teams competing, the FIGFA Women's Director says the sport has definitely grown over the years.
From where we started to now, we have 15 districts that are participating or that are active in the league.
There are brighter plans set for women's football in the future.
We jumped 9 places
on the FIFA ranking to be now 72nd. Women's football had been struggling over the years since its inception. Now we can say that we are in line with the regional and international standards.
Meanwhile, the 3 days IDC kicks off next Friday at VGFA Academy grounds in Batuanga, Suva. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
The Wellington Phoenix have released Australians Mitch Nichols and Ruben Way effective immediately. Both players were signed by coach Mark Rudan earlier this season, but have seen limited game time in recent weeks. The one new signing that's definitely not going anywhere anytime soon is Killian Sheridan, who has made quite the impact both on and off the field. Team Fiji executives have issued a reminder that all athletes and officials will need to pass medical screenings before traveling to the Pacific Games in Samoa in July. Head of delegation Patrick Bauer says this will ensure they don't encounter similar concerns that were faced previously with athletes that traveled with injuries unbeknown to them. Meli Tabanga reports.
Team Fiji executives will strictly monitor that all athletes are injury-free to be part of the traveling squad to Samoa.
Have had in the past athletes who've gone with injuries to the games and as a result have not performed well.
All athletes and officials will attend 2 medical screenings.
These are basic screenings, height, weight, blood pressure, the musculoskeletal conditions, so any conditions that we see that we are concerned about. And it's not only about athletes, we also look after our officials.
The Fasanog Medical Commission say they want athletes to be mentally fit and produce good results in Samoa.
We do not want to rule any official athlete from not traveling to any game. We want to help and support them in order for them to be well prepared in terms of any medical wellness, even mental health, to participate in this game.
Team Fiji will hold its first medical screenings at the Pacifica campus in FNU on Saturday from 8:30 to 5 p.m. Melita Wang, FBC Sports.
Australian Open top seed Novak Djokovic made a powerful start of the tournament with a 6-3, 6-2, 6-2 win over American qualifier Mitchell Kruger. Here are the highlights from the match.
Commanding second set. Djokovic has been on court an hour and 11 minutes. Novak Djokovic's 2019 Australian Open campaign. Too big, too strong, too good for Mitchell Kruger.
It's great to be back playing healthy and feeling good on the court. Obviously, playing Kruger for the first time, I didn't know really what to expect. I tried to do my homework and research on him, but it's quite different playing him.
Serena Williams stormed into the Australian Open second round as she began her bid for a 24th Grand Slam title with a win over Tatiana Maria. The 37-year-old American, whose 23rd major title came in Melbourne when she was pregnant 2 years ago, won 6-0, 6-2 in 49 minutes.
Game Maria.
It turned out to be mercifully brief. The mother's embrace.
I think the last time I was here, I was actually pregnant and playing at the same time, which is insane. So it's kind of weird walking back on by myself this time, but it feels good.
Matt Kuchar claimed his 9th victory on the PGA Tour in style, finishing at 22 under par at the Sony Open in Hawaii. That's it from Sports Tonight. Angie joins you later on with weather and in new media. Samsung launches its massive 219-inch television. That's coming up.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ लुम्बुआ से जैसे फ्रेंडी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
In tonight's new media, Samsung has just unveiled their new TV, which is 219-inch, and they've nicknamed it The Wall because, well, it's as big as that. It's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. We had more anticipated showers throughout the country. Well, there hasn't been any change from yesterday in the weather situation. The heavy rain is still pretty much active for the whole of Fiji, which is expected to ease. Now let's see what the other centers had today. A look in the west, quite mild, scattered clouds and showers will be around. Eastwards from Peck Harbour to Suva, quite humid with heavy showers expected later tonight. Low-lying areas and roads can be flooded, so take extreme care. And up north, quite cool with showers also expected. Rain bath season again, I guess. At sea, easterly winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas. For the tides, low tide at 9:40 p.m. with high tide at 3:43 a.m. Sunrise at 5:43. For tomorrow, I'm afraid showers will still roll in, but not for long. Tomorrow's temps, Suva once again will be the coolest at 29 degrees. And looking further on to Friday, well, I must say I'm quite glad because as per the forecast, the showers are slowly drifting away. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fiji Pulse tonight, we asked, what do you think can be done to reduce the number of drug cases?
From the starting point, from home to schools and then to churches, I guess. That's where the pressure will come on people and creating awareness and more so the community involvement.
I would say being a drug addict myself, I changed. And it was through a mindset change that I attended. It was a mind lecture by the IYF. It was an organization, an international youth organization by the Korean.
The Fiji Revenue and Customs Service needs to strengthen their security checkups in every port of entry around the country.
We need to create more awareness to solve this problem.
I think we can address this issue if we work together with Fiji Revenue and Customs Service. We need to work with police to help reduce the increasing number of drug cases around the country.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, a stowaway bird made a surprise appearance in business class during a long-haul flight to London. The incident took place around 12 hours into the Singapore Airlines flight to London Heathrow and was filmed by an unnamed passenger. Recapping the main stories for tonight, Health Ministry receives more than 2,000 complaints, 226 child neglect cases recorded in 2018, and LTA to find overloaded buses. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question segment this week, we're asking, has daylight savings been effective? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day. Look with open eyes and you will see the beauty of the waterfall. Shot of the day was taken at Nambunitika Farm in Nayarambale, Vaturova, sent in by Salamisa Vunilangi and Emilenai. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page, FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, good night.
Bula, neva ngoma kai leloma, ngongai nakas ondo magrong ng Bula FM, nambando ay na sere.
Hoya ubasit sai lambasa, ya ondo talita ina warong ng Bula FM, nambando ay na sere.
Guya do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambando ay na sere.
Wana tunga ng Bula FM, nambando ay na sere nawaluan.
Neva ngofanya na tao ngo singa toka, kita ondo talita ka ng Bula FM, nambando ay na sere.
Bula FM, nambando ay na sere.